Hello everyone, and welcome to issue 5 of HORRORific News. These little newsletters are coming on rightly. This is, if you don't know, our exclusive newsletter for our email subscribers. So with that being said, as always, thank you very much for coming on board, showing your support, and of course helping us promote independent horror and just show the love for the genre. Can't thank you enough. If it wasn't for you guys watching, wouldn't be here, because what's the point otherwise? You're just speaking into the void. So glad you enjoy what we do, and hope to keep continuing. Right then, so what's been happening? If you remember last week I mentioned that Cameron and I were going on the Evil Live channel to create our characters for the upcoming Anomaly game. Those episodes are up now, we've done them. There are 2 more characters I believe to be created for the full adventure to happen, so that'll be happening soon. I've shared the episodes, they're up there, they're on Discord permanently, check our community tabs, they're posted there. Instagram, the usual. They're posted all over the show. As always, go check them out. A lot of fun to do. So we've got an interesting mix of angel characters, demon characters, and of course everyone's going the extremes, which is what you would expect. So it's going to be interesting when the characters have to come together for the scenario. That's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't noticed, I'm really getting back into role playing again. It took over my life in the 90s, early 2000s. Without a doubt, absolutely loved it. And I'd forgotten, when you get out of something, the way of something for a while, and you forget actually how much fun it is. Just to step out of yourself, go into an adventure, but not only that, you're part of the storytelling. It's one thing to consume stories, it's one thing to watch media, but to actually be part of the storytelling yourself, it's a lot of fun. I recommend it to anybody, and once again, if you see in our gameplay, it's not necessarily professional actors or anything, it's just people having a bit of a laugh. So with that being said, check that out. And also, still staying with the role playing, this is not a role playing channel. I'm not going to let it take over, though it's very tempting to, because it's just one of those all consuming hobbies. But it's now become a sizable part of at least my online presence as well, because it's when you're involved in a hobby, of course you're gonna keep playing. It's the same as people that watch sports, watch TV series, they're always waiting for the next season. It's the same for your gameplay. You go out and you play games, no different from anyone who goes out to play pool, snooker, other sports, stamp collecting, crocheting, gardening, you name it. Everyone has their thing. That's just happening to mine. But on that, Brotherhood of the Dice just completed Tatters of the King, did the last session. That streamed on Twitch. It will be appearing on YouTube, and as always, once it goes live, I'll add it to the list on Discord of the TTRPG stuff. I'm thinking of creating a playlist actually on our YouTube channel, because it's getting it mixed in with the HORRORific game, so I think I'll just create a separate playlist for the RPG play. That way, if you want to catch not just adventures on our channel, but adventures, take part in other things, more welcome to go and check it out. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic game. Really didn't know how it was going to turn out towards the end. It wasn't a happy ending, but it was the best ending we could get, considering the circumstances. But yeah, it was quite dramatic and a lot of fun. Also, on Brotherhood of the Dice, we're going to be playing part 3 of the Dare, the Shiver adventure, so that's going to be happening on the 30th of November. Once again, be streamed on Twitch. I will do the post, share it out before the adventure takes place, so make sure you jump in for that one. I had to step out for part 2 because I was ill. My character's still there, so I will be taking part on the part 3. Obviously get caught up and then still part of the adventure. So looking forward to that. On the contributor news, obviously, we have Scott Donnelly, one of our contributing authors. Great bloke. He's submitted multiple stories to the show. He's been on as a guest. He also mentioned us in, was it Mothman Return to Point Pleasant? So he actually mentioned the podcast, and that wasn't asked for. Gives a credit in the book, which absolutely bloody stoked. If you saw social medias we posted at the time, brilliant, great guy, wishing the best. But he's currently running a Black Friday sale. All his publications going for $7 plus shipping. I have put the link in the main body of the newsletter. Go to his Facebook page and you can get out the details how to do that. Also, I'm working on another HORRORific tale. I've got the stage. It's Loyal Gorzo by Anthony M. Carroll. It's recorded, first edit's done, need to do second edit and then do all the bells and whistles and special effects and that, and then plan will be to get that up unless life gets in the way, get that up for next week. But that's on its way. Definitely by next week I'll have better details on it. I want to get that. Obviously, you want to get it done as quickly as possible, but you want to do it right. It's an interesting story when you see it. It's really nice cadence to it. It's a challenge to read out. It's fun to read, if that makes sense. It's one of those really clever with the wording. I think you're going to dig it. That's what I said. So that's why I take so long in editing, because I do about 3 or 4, sometimes for a line I'll do about 6 or 7 takes, because it just doesn't run right. So that's why, like I said, first edit's taking out all that, because when you're recording like this right up against the microphone, because unfortunately I don't have a recording booth, you get everything. every mouth noise and all that fun stuff. And you don't want to hear that during a narration of a story. So that's first edit, getting all that guff out, and then actually going and taking the multiple takes and playing about with the pacing, because sometimes when you're reading something, it's amazing how much a breath change that you go to read can actually change the actual pace, so you have to like dial it back again and get that even breath going throughout it. It's fun games. Is another thing for these newsletters as well. Yeah, I could just sit here and read a lot of stuff up, but I'm trying to give you a wee bit of insight into what goes on behind the scenes as well. I'm guessing you are interested because you have subscribed, so the stuff that you don't necessarily see at the front of the podcast, I'll talk a bit about, though, the experience of going through it, and not just the challenges, but the mechanics and how things come together. Hopefully you find it interesting. As always, feel free. I know some of you folks are replying to the emails with thoughts and suggestions. Always appreciated. So just reply to the email and let me know what you think. Right then, on to our scheduled upcoming episodes. So this Sunday, 26th of November, Cameron and I are on with the HORRORific Talkspot. If you aren't familiar, is our monthly roundup of horror news, and it was actually the first, when this podcast first started, it was our first live sessions. We started off with narrative fiction. We still like to do this. We like to get together once a month and talk about what the hell's going on in the horror world. So we'll be talking about the Omen prequel, which is coming up. Got news about it. First look at Nosferatu, Robert Eggers' new movie. Personally, I'm excited for that. I think Cameron as well. So we're a fan of Robert Eggers. He's a great director, and he has that sort of attention to detail and love of storytelling. He's going to do it justice. And if you remember, we did, for the 100th anniversary, we did actually review Nosferatu, and bloody hell, for a silent movie, that's still good. Still so good. And there's still bits there you're like, how the hell did they pull that off? That looks amazing. What can I say? And on to the not so good remakes. We're going to cover Poltergeist. I didn't even know they'd done this. So the 2015, they remade Poltergeist. I think Cameron likes this one. It's going to be one of those episodes, and if you've seen one of those episodes, you know exactly what it's going to be. Yeah, that's going to be tears and hair pulling and calling each other names for being wrong. Yeah. What can I say? It's what brothers do. Dear. Love you, Cameron. Always great to butt heads with you at times. Right then, talking about other great friends that are going to be on Tuesday the 20th of November. Chris and I are going to be covering Tremors 5. So this time we're going to South Africa. Pleasantly surprised by the prequel, Tremors 4. Honestly thought it was going to be burnt out at this point, but no. Having so much fun. Is this the one that's going to break the chain? Is this the one that's going to go so far that we can't come back from it and end the franchise? Or is it just going to make us wanting more? Is that sort of thing? We've now introduced formally Chris's crazy theory, which is a lot of fun. Eventually I'm going to get all those pulled together, all the reviews, and just do a whole end of year segment of just Chris's crazy theories. That puts it on him though, because he's going to have to up his game every time we're reviewing, because it's not a thing. No requirement obviously, but you know how you self-impose pressure. I bet you that's what he's thinking, because he's got that sort of attitude of wanting to do things and really can do. Also, Chris is going to be on the Anomaly Adventures. Should have mentioned that. We first played together on a Dragonlance adventure, Don't Forget the Kender, and we haven't actually had a chance to play a game together since. So this will be his first play together, because last time we played I was running the game and he was taking part. So this is us both players in an adventure, so it'll be fun. I think he's playing an angelic one, so I think we're the two angels and everyone else is demons, or if he might be a fallen angel. His episode's coming up this Saturday, so like I said, check out Evil Live's channel. He's coming up tomorrow, I think. Yeah, this Saturday I think his one's coming up, so be interesting to see that, because 5 of us have already done it, so 4 of us have done it, 2 more to go. So that's it. Chris will be on there, so obviously check him out. Great stuff. Tuesday, 5th of December, we've got Alien, the Draconis Strain Trilogy, Session 5. This is potentially the last one for the Chariot of the Gods segment. Maybe explained before, the Draconis Strain Trilogy is 3 separate adventures which are tied together. So if you're ever playing the game, you can play each one as a standalone, and that's fine. And obviously the hints from the events of the first one lead into the second one. There's some generic stuff there, but you can have then your character actions directly impact the next adventure. So with that, it's good to have options. In this case, we're putting them all together into a campaign. So next Tuesday, now we're playing, because we're doing it every other Tuesday, is potentially the last session for that particular side of things. Now, I know that we're taking a bit of a break because obviously I had to set up the new adventure. Phil hasn't run this one before, he said, so he hasn't got all the bells and whistles. If you look at this stuff, he is fantastic. It makes me feel kind of inadequate. Like when I go to think about run the game and he has everything set up, all the sound effects, music, the maps, the tables, and it's like, if you want to do something, you obviously want to be the best. So when I see like Phil, well, if I'm not that standard, I don't want to do it. You know, for running the game. So always happy to, it's good to do both actually. It's good to play and it's good to run games. Absolutely stoked. Like I say, that's Phil from Brotherhood of the Dice, and we've got Phil and Andy from Brotherhood of the Dice, Parrot and Meow Nerver from Infinite Monkey Tales, and John, I think John's from Infinite Monkey Tales as well. So like I say, I've got those guys on the channel, and they're absolutely killing it. Like the role playing is fantastic. I love it. We're not going to be a role playing channel 100%, maybe 40%. At this point, it swings and roundabouts. You know how it is. We'll get folks into one thing, type of content will bump up, and then maybe it'll be a load of movie reviews or be a load of narrated fiction. That's a good thing about having the different segments, is that we're not just relying on the one type of content, and it gives you variety. It's all phases of horror at the end of the day, different aspects. So we've got different types of content. So if you like a particular thing, just keep an eye out for that. Obviously, if you just want to switch it up now, try different stuff. So this will be the role playing side of things. Will probably take a wee bit of a backseat December, maybe going into the new year again. So it'll be more movie reviews. Obviously, the horrific tales, the narrated fiction segments, as and when people aren't machines at the end of the day. They produce when they produce, and depending on whether they can, because sometimes there's agreements, people can't always share stories that have, the sign exclusivity with the publishers, etc. So I haven't had a problem to date, but it's normally a good idea, like I said, for anyone submitting, is just check with the publishers if it is published and make sure everything's all good, and if in doubt, ask. I'd never want anybody to submit a segment that's going to get them into bother with their publisher, because why would I want to do harm to someone? It's all about helping to promote. Another tangent. I'm starting to get on the tangents with these things, so don't expect just reading down the list. I can't do that. Anyway, Thursday 7th of December, Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. We had to put, it was meant to be last night, but unfortunately due to illness had to put it back. Dale, hope you get better soon. Absolutely love going through this series with you. My physical media collection is starting to build up with Peter Jackson stuff. I'm now out hunting. I picked up King Kong there during the week, so I'm going out and I'm hunting, because I don't know, I'm starting to get back into the thrift shops, the second-hand shops with the DVDs. There's a few of them over here, and it shows the physical media is still alive, because there's still a market for it, and it's good because you can search online, but it's nothing beats physically going into a store, just randomly looking and going, oh, there's a thing. Oh, it's that price. Oh, I'll have that. Yeah, there you go. That's my really exciting life. Finally, next thing I'll have up and coming is Sunday the 10th of December, the Hellraiser review. So that's the final one in Clive Barker's. And I nearly forget Clive Barker's name. I'm getting tired. Been talking for near 20 minutes. Flipping getting tired. Who thought I'd get tired talking? It is possible. We're wrapping up the Clive Barker series. That's Adam Cameron and I with Hellraiser. Absolute classic. The movie that made it all happen, and filmation of A Hellbound Heart, the novella. So it'll be good to talk about that and the differences between the novel, the movie, why it went right, and how this just absolutely spawned, like, this changed horror in a lot of ways, or cemented it. It was this sort of movie, like, nobody ever went to a video store and didn't see the Hellraiser poster. That's you always were aware of Pinhead. Even if you never watched the movie, anyone that went into a video store, you saw them, because the horror posters were always the most engaging, and people pretended they didn't like horror, and they'd always look at those posters. I stand by that. So there you go, well fun. So as always, we're cracking on, we're doing what we do. I just like to take a moment to say, my contributors, folks that come on to the show, those of you that turn up in the chat, those of you that like and subscribe, those of you that just help push along, and those of you who share, I see you on Facebook, I see you on Instagram sharing the posts. I really appreciate that, honestly. There's certain people that do it all the time. I'm not going to obviously name and embarrass you, but I do see you, and I really do appreciate it. As you know, I'm not a big generic posting social media guy. I'd rather do it in this sort of format, but just know that your support means 100-fold. Thanks again, and as always, keep up to date with the channel, do the typey clicky things. Until next time, keep it creepy, keep it horrific.